Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I hope everybody has been having a wonderful and fantastic weekend and has been enjoying their Sunday and or Monday, depending on where you happen to be in the world. But I hope everything is awesome and wonderful today. Emble, hello, good evening. I hope you've been having a good day. Everything has been fantastical for you as well. We are going to do a little bit more game development today, hopefully, and get things working. I need to rewrite the placement system so that it can take into account the fact that we are doing that we are generating meshes at runtime. So I need to figure out a way to do that, which should be fairly simple, hopefully. Wanderer, hello, good evening. Welcome. Hope you are having a very good day today. I also hope YouTube actually managed to stay connected this time around, because I don't know why it disconnects. It's very strange. Very strange. The annoying thing is that it disconnects from my main account, but doesn't disconnect from the bot account, which is very, very bizarre. I do not know why, but that is the way of things. So, yeah. Put my hair up. Not faffing me about. Need some more Unreal today. Awesome. One day to go. Yes, apparently the world ends tomorrow. Which is interesting because Wanderer, you are in the future, therefore you are already at the end of the world. So, what's it like? What's it like at the end of the world? Has much changed? I know it's not the end of the world you're talking about. Okay, that's just not working. Okay, let's not bother with that then. There's some other open, yeah. Oh, right. Okay. So, oh, I haven't. Oh, I haven't posted on the. Let me quickly post in the sky of blue. Dave, no. Generated at runtime. But the old mesh generation system, the old placement system relies on prefabs rather than things generated at runtime. Time to fix that. Oops. Oop. Wow, this bodes well. Apparently I cannot type, at least properly. I'm suffering from fat finger syndrome today. I appear to be clicking like typing multiple things all at once, which is fantastic and wonderful. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's go over to here. Wow. No, we'll go down here. Right. Yeah. So, things on Fortnite. Why? Not the Fortnite. Okay. So, yeah, this is what we need to do today. We need to rewrite the pages because the placement system that we currently have in the game. Let's open the relies upon buildable objects, which are all stored here as buildables, as actual things. We don't want this. We don't want this anymore. We want to have everything to be generated at runtime as and when we do things. I'm not even going to bother storing the meshes. I'm literally just going to generate stuff as and when is required, because I don't think we need to worry about. Maybe the belts should be prefab still, but then I want to change the belts at one point to be something different, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I don't want to do buildables anymore. I just want to have everything be the generated meshes. So yeah, so right now if we do we get generated meshes down, if we push spacebar, we get this one, which is doing weird stuff, because I still need to fix some things on this as well, because this actually has the wrong generated collision system, so it's colliding with itself. So we need to fix that as well. And that should definitely be in our maybe here. So we can't do burst compile on this. Okay, so this has got a thing called make socket. So this makes a socket. This is going to make a chip for us as well, which we'll do and sort out. And we need to also have it generate maybe a belt, maybe. I'm not sure about that though, but we'll figure that one out there. Yeah. But what we need to do, see, that's a failsafe there. So if it's a socket, we make the socket, which is fine. Excuse me. Create entity children here. We get the render mesh. Where's the parent entity come from? Here. Procedural object data. So we spawn the entity here. Okay, so we create an entity here. Okay, and then we create the mesh. We create the children. We set the collider geometry. Now we also need to set the collider. This thing here. So we've got the collider geometry, which is fine. But what we need to do is, so we set this here. We also need to set the collision filter as well. This does the geometry. So what does this one do? It gets a Bob Actions collider. So can we first compile void set collision filter. I don't. Collision filter cannot be used as a type in generic method add component data. There is no box question collision filter to I component data. That's fine, because I don't think the collision filter is a thing. I think we have to, yeah, so we set a new physics collider to it and set the collider. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to add a new collision filter, then do so how do I set the, so I can't, you have a value of the collider. You send in a collider. That's a physics collider, which is what this is. You're sending in the whole physics collider. But I don't have to. How do I set the collision filter? Is weird. I don't know how to set the because if I end the physics collider, that's this whole thing. It's a box on there, but the collision filter set, and it's got material as well. So the physics collider value equals collider. There's nothing else in the physics collider. There's just the value. Do I have to create a new blob asset? Is that what I need to do here? Blob asset as blob asset reference. Let's try this. Unity.physics.collision filter equals new Unity.physics.collision filter. Sorry, need to close that. Can I convert collision filters to blob assets? Collision filter dot. There is no create on the end of collision filter. There is no create. Collision filter doesn't have a collision filter. Right, I'm going to have to Google this one. Oh, hold on. Is it here? Comma. There it is, we add it here. The collision filter gets added here. Ah, right, okay, so we have to create the collider. Then we add a new collision filter here. Like that, we create a collision filter. Cool, so I don't need to do that. Okay. Yeah, we create the new collider, and then we add, so that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. We have to add it in there. Let's change this from set collider geometry. That's the wrong button. to be set collider data. Okay. We need to know what it belongs to and what it collides with. Let's set it to be whatever these ones were. So this is going to be 2 and then 0. So this should be 2 and collides with 0. Okay. Awesome. That is showing beautiful, and that is, it belongs to 1. Okay, it's not quite right then. Let's put that down. Space. So you're still not. That's because you're mousing over that, aren't you? You can't be part of it. 1, 0. I wonder if our vision system is reading the wrong data, or it's not reading this data and it's reading another one. Placement system, it's quite possible. Astrometrics going to do for a big update in the next few days as well. Yeah, I mean, I felt like I did everything in Astrometrica. But my problem with Astrometrica is that it's not got the automation. It's all manual crafting. So, yeah. No, I'm all about the automation. All about the automation. Right, let's load up the placement system and have a look at that, because that's what we need to do. But let's see here. So where are we doing the check ghost thing? It's right down the bottom, isn't it? Yeah, move ghost drop. Valid placement is a ball which is coming in from the update system is what's checking. Valid placement system. Valid placement equals false. Do box check. State placement position. Right. Check AABB. Yeah. Right. Where's our check AABB? Ah, that's the problem. That's the problem. I see it. I see it straight away. The problem is that we are checking the extends, but we're timesing it by half, because I think the extends are based on the size. So if I do this here, and we click this here, we go to the geometry. It's 22 by 5 when it's actually not. It's supposed to be 2.2 by 0.5. Because because the actual whole thing is scaled down to 0.1, so that's why. So the placement system is the culprit here. Okay. Six is the entities layer. 7 is the boundaries layer. 8 is the belts layer. 9 is the socket layer. Why did I do that? Why did I do so many different? things. What are my prefabs set to? Hold on. Sockets. So the socket ghost is set to nothing, but it's part of the ignore raycast layer. And you are set to the sockets layer. The ignore raycast layer is 2. The sockets layer is 9. Why did I choose to do it that way? Who remembers back when we was doing this? Why did I do it this way? Why did I check against? Well, this should be 1 bit shift 2, shouldn't it? So it's the ignore raycast layer. Okay, so this has its own collision filter. This has got nothing to do with Jokers. Hello, good evening. So I check AABB, ignores the layers of the thing.
I am having the fun.
The fun.
Hello there.
Hello there. Yeah, so this ignores the stuff. Okay, right. So now if I do this and I hit the space and check the parent entity, collision filter is set to 1. Why are you set to 1? You should be set to 0. Would help if I saved the script. That would probably help. Yeah. Rah. Just because you don't want me here, I get it. I get it. I'm just going to stop streaming again one day, and then you'll be sorry. Then you'll be sorry. Right, now it belongs to layer 2. Okay, so this is fine. Right, okay, but the problem is that the extends is yeah, so this is incorrect. This doesn't want to be times 0.49. This wants to be 99, so it shrinks a little tiny bit. Okay. Now the problem to that is that now our actual proper one, it's not going to work. Okay. Put a belt down, that's fine. Right, okay, right. So what I need to do is I need to grab this random cube thing here, the marker. Let's put the marker in the entity scene because it should be in here anyway. And let's set this to the entities layer, so it's a thing. Okay, look over here, and unfortunately, right, it's done the weird thing again of the whole. It's just literally it exists, It exists, but it does not exist. Right, let's unload the scene and then reload the scene. And you are whinging and moaning because of the marker cannot exist because it has... Oh, right. Drag it out. Reload. Drag it in under this hierarchy. There we go. Right. I don't know what you're on about. I never forget to unmute myself after I mute myself. Never do that. Never happens. Okay. So, I think our extends is a little bit too big. All right. Why is that? I need to go to this scene and have a look at this here. So what is our geometry size? 1.1. Is that right? Is it 1.1? Yes, it's 1.1. Okay. Center is there. So is it... I've had some nice pics of this thing. Am I setting the extends up wrong? Center is size. That is size there. Where do we get the size from? Meshes bounds.size. Bounds.extends. Let's find try. Let's try bounds.extends. Excuse me. Dot. Hey, look at that. Look at that. It's saying no, and then we do that, and hey, it's a working. It's a working. There we go. There we go. It was bounds.extends. That was the problem. That was the problem. Yep, size, and then there's the center. Nice. Nice. And it works with rotation. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, problem fixed. Problem fixed. Did they have that on the to-do list? No, we did not. But that's okay. So I'm setting you to belong to the non-raycast layer. So when you first exist, you are set to the non-raycast layer. That means that we need two and generation is placed in the world is not a ghost. Set materials and materials and collision layer filter layer. Okay. Okay. Right. So that's all good. That works. All right. Now. All right. So now I need to actually replace the thing with it. So when we post some real tempting tasty links to them, I don't know what you're on about. Don't know what you're on about. The mozzarella sticks are fine. I don't know why I was choking on them yesterday. I don't know why. I think I must have. It's the breadcrumbs around them. I think I must have inhaled some of them, and I just couldn't stop coughing. Do rotation is fine. Check ABB is fine. This is good. This is good. This is fine. Right. Do the box check. The problem is the building data. We need to get rid of the building data. Building data no longer exists. That was not what I wanted to do. Yes, I know it's going to fail. Stop. Unity. No. Cancel. Okay. So this is the thing. I need to not necessarily generate a building. This doesn't need to be done because it's not buildables. But we're going to have to store a list of things that are when we generate something, it needs to have stuff like capabilities and the processing speed and the cache size and the other bits pieces. It needs the reconnection object. I don't know where this is used. Froggy! No! Yeah, because you're looking for the buildable object data buffer, which I don't want to do anymore. I also don't want to do this red ghost and green ghost tag either. You are instead going to just look for the... I know it's working right now with these tags, but I want to change it to be the material. Material, right, okay. We need to go to the material. Right, we need to go to the material thing. Game management, material buffer, boop, red ghost, green ghost, material plane. So I need to redo the material plane because I messed up and made it the wrong size. Okay. So let's redo this. So let's go prebuilder. Edit shape. I'll reset the shape of this. It wants to be 10 by 10 by 10. It wants to have 9 and 9 cuts. Okay. Like this. There you go. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to come into it. So now each one of these is actually proper here. So we can put 100 materials on this. And I need to put 100 materials on it because I need to do that. So
Yep, I yawned you, Eggman.
well, I'm terribly sorry if I'm boring you, but you know, it needs to be done. It needs to be done. So yeah. Yeah, I just need to drop 100 different materials in here. So let me show this in the Explorer. Let me reset this one back to be white and get rid of those. And this is going to be called material 000. So that's the first one that goes on there, and then material 1 is going to be the rest of them. Okay. Okay, and then I want to let me new no, not the 8-bit. Dare you? Why? But why? But why? Oh. 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 Yes, Windows, yes. This app can't run on your PC. Right, okay, that's fine. Boop. Boop. I'm gonna make a batch file. Very quick batch file. I just want to literally copy. I don't think I can. Hold on. Oh, that's not what I want. Right. Oh, really? 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 Let's put an underscore. No, what the hell? What the hell? Why is it not doing that? Project settings. No, not project settings. It's going to be in player settings, isn't it? Preferences. General. Where is it? Was fine. I thought it was here. I thought it was here you change. Was it in the project settings? I think it's in the editor. Editor. Here. Game object naming. Oh, it's brackets or underscores. 3 digits. There we go. There we go. That's the problem. There we go. Right, close that. Close that. Now if I duplicate this, it still doesn't do it. Why are you not doing that? Right. Oh, there you go. Now it's doing it. Right. Okay. 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 So you want to have no material. Right. That's fine. That's fine. And then I just want to go. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no, that's fine. Boom. To there. There we go. Yes. Boom. Okay. And then I just need to drag all these out onto different places inside this thing here. So I need to highlight this one. Drag one. And then do 2. Eight, 9. Okay, and then I need to do all the rest as well, which is kind of annoying. Not gonna lie, kind of annoying. Because there's no way I can do this without doing that. That's just a bit of a pain. but that's just how it works. And there's 10 materials on there now, which is fine. Let's deal with 10 materials. I can do the rest of this later. They all exist. All the materials exist. I can do this all later. But I need to do later. Hold on. Hold on. I can't do this all later. This needs to be done now because of the way the thing works when we generate it. Okay, so right, so that's 9. So 10, 11, 10, 11, 12. Oh dear, 12. Doesn't actually matter. It doesn't actually matter. I just need to make sure they're all different materials. The reason I can't drag the same material onto this over and over and over is because it will consolidate them down. So instead of this thing having 100 materials on it, it will have one material 100 times, which is not what I want, because I want to be able to change each and every one of these materials and then know which one is which one is where, and which one is called. But if I don't do it now, I can't do it ever, which is a bit of a pain. 20, 21, 2, 23, 4, 5, 26. What happened there? 26, 27, 28, 29. Terribly exciting, but you know, it needs to be done. Did I drag a material out somewhere else? I might have dragged a material out somewhere else, I don't know. Wait, hit this one. 42. Probably not going to need this many materials, but I kind of want to have it. Because it gives us a bit of redundancy later. Yeah, so even if we don't use all the materials, it doesn't matter, because we just don't include them in the package when we build it. That's fine. 65, 66, 7, 8. This is wrong. This is wrong. 1, 2, 3. I missed 3. So 60, 1, 2, 1, 2, 63. 64, 65, 6, 7, 8. 82, 83, 84, 85. Six, 87, 88. I can feel this slowing down. 89. I mean, physically, the update for them because it's trying to render 100 textures on one thing. That's okay because it won't have to do that all the time because this will actually be disabled, so it won't be rendering all the time. We just purely use it. It's basically a palette. That's what it's being used for. It's being used as a palette. Nope. 4, 5. Oh. Oh, no. No. Come on. Thank you. 26. 7. 28. 99. There we go. 100 materials all added to this one thing here. Excellent. Okay. Material 64 is broken. Material 3 is broken as well. Parent. None. You can nest materials. We drag them on top of each other by mistake. I think all the rest of them are fine. They should all basically be fine. Get rid of that one. We don't need that anymore because that didn't do the job I wanted to do. None of them have parents. Excellent. They're all just basic materials. That's absolutely fine. Blah, 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 that's fine. Okay. So now we can drag this back down to the project down here. We can enlarge this one again. Okay. Let's go to the game and make it a much more manageable size. There we go. Okay, go to our plane. Let's call this the material plane. Let's drag it into Pro Builder so we know it's in Pro Builder. And let's export to the material plane. Export. Prefabs. Go into prefabs. Actually, cancel that. Material plane is missing loads of materials. That's fine. Let's delete you. Okay, let's go into our prefabs. Material plane, let's delete you. We don't want you anymore. Okay, let's create a new folder and call this the material plane. We will export this. Do prefabs, material plane. Oop. There we go. Awesome. And then we click on this here, and it has 100 elements of stuff on it, and it's got loads of stuff on it. It's very, very slow, and it's very, very bad in the world. That's fine. We can just shrink that down and not worry about that. And then we can add a component, which is going to be the material plane baker. And I think I need to add a linked component to it. I think. Oop, like that. Okay. We can turn you off so you are no longer rendering. That's fine. Okay. And the material plane we can drag into the material buffer. Put it to 0. 0. Oh, yeah, not that. And that exists up here in the world, and yes, it's a pain for us to drag through and do things, which is a bit of a pain, but the wonderful thing about it is, even though it has 100 materials on there and they're all just currently white, we can go in and we can change any of these materials. Oh, here we go. So we can change any of these materials for another color. So I can change this one to be gray, and you see one tile changes. And we know that this, so that is material 0. The no draw is going to be material 0. That's material 1. And then material 2, 3, 4, 5. So when we get them in here, We do it down here. We get the linked entity groups here for things. Because we've added a linked entity group and a material mesh info to it, we can just get the value. We get the value here, I, which is the we're going through the linked entity group, and we get the material, and we look for the material we want to change it to, which this one is the color green, so we change it to the material info from entity green. So what I do is, instead of changing this to have the green ghost, it will literally be texture number 1, texture number 2, so on and so forth. Yeah, the material can have whatever texture it needs on it, and then it'll be fine. This only kind of works if you use solid. Well, you can it doesn't work if you have UV mapped materials. To do UV map materials, you're gonna need other things. You're gonna need some other stuff. This is only for pretty much flat shaded stuff, which is what we're going to use for our thing here, which is fine. We can do this. We can do this fine, because when we generate the mesh, we have 3 separate meshes. So one mesh can have one texture on the whole mesh, and one can have 2, and one can have 3, so on and so forth. So let's make the first one red. Okay, and I want to drop its opacity down to 63, which means I need to change it to be from opaque to transparent, and that does indeed work. I think the baker, yeah, it gets the material by name. So what I could do, which is what I wanted to do originally, is come into here and change this to be red ghost. So material 1 is red ghost. Okay, and if we click on this and we scroll down to open this one up, no, this one up here, boom, material 1 is red ghost. So material 2 we will change to be green, also to be transparent. This can be green ghost. They're all going to be renamed to different places and pieces. And then we have, was it here we did it? No, it wasn't. We'll just look it up by material index would also work, but I'm pretty sure in our yes, here get material index by name. So we give it a name, and it can look up the material buffer, and then it can find it by name. We can say, hey, we want to change it to green ghost, or we want to change it to red ghost, or whatever, and we can do it literally by name. But I don't know if I want this, or whether I just want to grab them by index directly. So, for instance, oh yeah, that's because it was null before. So you have the material plane baker, which you do actually store a buffer of each entity by name, so we can still do this by name, which is fine, or we can just call it by index. For the placement system, instead of you looking for the green ghost entities, the red and green ghost entities, we don't need them anymore. What we need is to look up the material one. So let's do River Holic, hello, good evening. New update for Rising World coming out. Oh, nice. Why are all the games updating? Why are all the games updating? This is not fair. This is not fair. I don't have enough time to do this. Where was I now? Where was I? What was I doing? What was I doing? Why was I doing it? We need to look up, yeah, this one. So I want to get the material. Okay. So in the placement system, in the job, rather than doing the red ghost and green ghost, we need to get rid of those, comment those out. We need to send in a material plane. Okay, so we send in the material plane, which should be got because the material plane we have material plane tag. Okay, so if I go up to here, underscore material plane equals get material plane tag. Okay, so we'll get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, so we get the entity. That's fine. I think it's getting entity every single frame. I need to cache them, don't I, realistically? So material plane, and then we'll come down here. And we'll go here, and we will go if material plane identity.null. Oh, there we go. So get the material plane tag. So you now want to be making sure that you are, instead of the red ghost and green ghost, get rid of those. We don't use those anymore. Material plane tag. You must have the material plane tag to run. Okay. Building data we also want to get rid of, so that's fine. So you did building data. Then we come down here again, and we need to copy this and paste it here now. And instead of entity, this needs to be the material plane. Instead of I, this wants to be 2 because it's green. I can't look up by name here unless I pull the function for the name one down here. And you can't use a singleton in here for it either because a job cannot access outside information. You have to send that in. Yeah, there's many things. There's just been a big update for Evo-Space as well, hasn't there? I love and hate this time. Okay, and then we'll change this one to be 1 because we know we set 1 to be that and 2 to be that. Okay. Let's see whether this works. Play. Oh. No draw, no draw, no draw, no draw. Right, okay, so I got something wrong here. Why is 1 considered no draw? Because, no, yeah, you need to add 1 to it. You need to add 1 to it. Because linked into group 0 is the parent. That's okay. That's why we have that random no draw script. That's why we have that. Play space. It is green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. Yay! Awesome. Okay. Cool. Okay, and then we can add the materials for the rest of this here. I just want to change the 100 materials. I'll do this. So material 3 should be the socket material. So we've got the base, the holes, and the side connectors. Which order do we make the object in? We do the holes, the base, and the side pieces. Holes, base, side pieces. Okay. Let's rename these. Socket holes. Socket connectors. Well, they're side connectors, aren't they? So, and socket base. The beauty of this is I can click this, and I'm pretty sure this is just side to make it easier for me, that we can just replace these with these. Yep. Doop. And doop, like that. There we go. Okay, so there's our 3 materials, and we can look up socket base, socket holes, and socket sides. We do need to look it up by, it's got to be correct capital letters, all these bits and pieces as well. That's fine. And yeah, there's some stuff that's overwritten, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is all stored in our main thing. And the beauty of this as well is that I can't disable the mesh renderer because then I don't think it bakes properly, does it? No. But this is going to be up out the way and hidden away from everything, so no, you can't see it from the ground. Yeah, let me just add materials to it as we go. We've got 100 materials, we just add materials to it as we go. Which is fine. Which is fine. And the materials they're not expensive to use. I could change this one to be it and this one so it would be the same, and then these would be our master materials, which I might actually do if I'm honest with you. So, copy material, paste material. Let's set this back to be 3, 4, and 5. Why are you revert? There you go. Right. Okay. Then 3 is going to be socket base. 4 is going to be holes, and I can literally just copy the material and paste, and it copies all the settings, all the bits and pieces to it as well, which is awesome. socket holes. Then come here, go socket side, pop in material properties, paste, oop, and then you've got these set up like here. If I change those materials, and then I can get rid of other materials and we don't have to worry about other stuff. So yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be much better. Okay. So you are creating all these by index as well. So what we can do is when we generate the mesh, or when we generate the parent with whatever, because we need to get the master information from it. Right now, the master information is this. it's mainly being added to it, but we can create a procedural object data as well as perhaps a building data, and we could add it to the guy when we spawn it and make it. And then when we actually place the item though, because this is creating a ghost, that's all this does, is create the ghost. When we actually place the item, we will it will do exactly the same thing again. So it will destroy the ghost, it'll remake it, but it won't put the ghost data on it, so it won't overwrite the materials. Not that it matters, to be honest with you, but we need to add some information to it to tell it what materials it's supposed to have. So if it's a socket, it needs these materials. If it's a CPU, it needs those materials. If it's something else, it needs other materials. So we need to have a material setter, which sets the materials properly of every child, which is fine. We also need to add a building information to it, like a chip information to it, so that we know we send the right stuff to it. Right. Materials and collision filter. Yeah, so that needs to be done after the thing is built. Okay, right. Now what I want to do is I want to get rid of this this building object stuff. We don't need this anymore. I might need to have a procedural object type. So instead of this just being is socket, we choose what type it is, and then that type in the object system here, instead of it going make socket, it will make whatever. So these do the stuff here anyway. These are automatic, and these are all based on how many things there are. So this works absolutely fine for us. It doesn't matter whether we send in 1 mesh or 10 meshes, it will figure that out for us, no problem. Yeah, so this adds no material. So whatever this spawns with, it has no materials at all. So that's fine. Yeah. So yeah, so all these at the bottom are fine. So all of this doesn't need to worry about anything. Well, all of these don't need to worry about anything. So we just call the make socket. Let's move that below that. Yep. So we need to call, if it's a socket, we make socket, but we need to do another one now that will make a chip, for instance. I was trying to think what I need to pull out of the building data stuff. Because the way we were doing things, we were giving it a socket ID, and if the socket ID matches the chip ID, then it will work. But what I can do is the ID we can give a socket should literally be brain functioning. Game Trader's website just posting the car chat. Nice, awesome. Right. This no longer wants to be here. This no longer wants to be here. The buildable object stuff just in general no longer wants to be here. Red ghost and green ghost go away. Yep. The render mesh array needs to exist. But you actually want to have a shared material with this one, which is going to be material 0. Oop. Ooh. Now you confuse me. What? Why? What? You're a quad. Why are you green? That's thank you. That was weird. That was really weird. Okay, so yeah, so you are our render mesh material array. You are purely just to get the render material, which is fine, and you have a no draw data. So if anything grabs you without any information, you are no draw. So we know something went wrong. Okay, I should probably, I know I can't change it to no draw material because it's the same material. Same material, 1 and 0. That's fine, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's fine. Right. The input buffer is so buildable objects. This is the one that we want to be doing here. So what prefabs do I need? I am not going to be streaming for anywhere near as long as I would do normally. I am definitely not with it tonight. I am definitely not with it tonight. My train of thought is going everywhere. I'm yawning already. I've barely been streaming an hour. Right. What do I need? I need the data box prefab. I need that. I know I need that. That's going to change at some point. Because it's going to be one that's going to have certain materials on it depending on what we're doing. We might have more than well, actually no, because there's only going to be a couple of different things. But yeah, we're gonna choose the data types. Right, so I need a data box prefab. The reset connection object. What was that when it was at home? Why did we do this? What was this for? This was for when we deleted things, but my whole deletion system didn't work, did it? It was all broken. Chip and chip prefab can go. This yeah, this wants to go away. We don't need these ones anymore. I don't know if I'm going to use this pin on the bottom or not. Tempting, but I might remake it with the I don't know if I want to physically see the pins anyway. Right, let's get rid of these. We don't want these. Just get rid of that. Don't go away. Yeah, we don't need those. Go away. I don't need anything in the sockets anymore. We don't need these. Don't think. Nope. Get rid of those. Go away. Actually, I don't need sockets. I don't need components. We might need belts. I haven't decided about those. So get rid of those because they're all going to be generated at runtime. We don't need those anymore. Okay. The procedural entity can go into procedurals. That's fine. The material plane is the material plane. The pro builder models can all go away as well. Let's get rid of those. Belt piece, put in the belt piece. The output node can go in the belt piece as well. I'm not too sure whether I want to what I want to do with these. I think we're going to make these at runtime as well. We'll have the belt to be made at runtime. The thing is that the belts are going to be redrawn many times. But I want to change up the belt to be more of a not a thing on the floor, but a like a half pipe. I suppose, kind of what I'm thinking. It could just be a thing on the floor, which would work just fine. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping that the coffee was going to kick in and do the thing, but it's I don't know, it's just not. The problem is that last night, the problem is that last night when we finished playing Elden Ring, I went straight to bed. Rather than staying up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I went to bed at midnight. So I was up at 8 o'clock this morning, and now I'm tired again. So yeah, but that's the thing. I want to stay up so that I can stay up tomorrow as well. So yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, but I keep sleeping. I keep yawning. Keep sleeping. Keep yawning. Can't even speak words properly. I'm going to stop. I'm just going to stop. It's not working. This is not working. I might go and have a nap and then come back to it. But I think we're going to call the stream, unfortunately, very early. I really do apologise to everyone who's watching because I didn't. It's a no today. It's just a no. It's just a no. And there's no point in me trying to do stuff that requires brain power without a brain that is powered. So, yeah. yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth trying to bang my head against the wall trying to figure out what I'm doing. So I will go and get some sleep. But I might try and get some sleep and then wake up and then do some stuff like get a small amount of sleep and then do things. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow with Ikaria. Ikaria is out tomorrow into early access. I do not know what time, but I have a feeling it will be out before I stream at 11 PM tomorrow. So we will be playing that for the week. I do also have something else I want to do. I think I'm going to do videos of it though. I managed to get into the Agronom playtest, which is a lovely little colony builder on Mars with robots. You have loads of robots. So yeah. So I want to do that, and I planned to do that when I came home from work today, and then work was hell today. So no. So I might do that in the morning as well. I might record a video of that and try and get that up on the channel as well to do some fun things with it. So much stuff to do. So many games, not enough time. I need to clone myself so that I can send one of me to work and then one of me can stay here and play games all day. That's what needs to happen. Yeah. Don't think it's going to happen, but I will. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed this one. Very sorry it's a short one, but sleep calls. Until next time, as always, have fun.